When ARTEZA rang me up and said, hey, we like your style, we like your vibes, we like your cups, let's collab, I was stoked because I have always wanted to try them out. So lo and behold, here we go, ARTEZA products. And they sent me this nifty little box of 60 acrylic paints. Let's go ahead and decide which colors we want to use. I'm a sucker for some good packaging, and I just want to say that this whole grid here at the top with all the colors listed, names and shades, I mean, that's just exactly what speaks to my soul, because when I put my cup down, I know exactly what I'm gonna go for. Let's dive right in and see what we got in here. Right away, I'm taking off this huge, oh, look at that. Huge box filled with amazing goodies. Let's see, let's unpack. Okay, now the fun part starts. Let's pick our colors. All right off the bat, I know I'm gonna go for some browns. So let's see, what do we say, burnt sienna? Got some burnt sienna, let's get some burnt umber. And then I know I want some crimson red. Let's go with some yellow gold. Okay, let's get to work. One of the things that I like about the ARTEZA company is that they offer you a bunch of little sample acrylic paints in that set of 60, and they also offer them by the single color in these bigger pouches. So if you know that you're gonna love some light apricot like me, you can just go ahead and grab a big single color, and it comes in these 120 milliliter squeeze pouches with a screw top lid on the very top. Ain't that awesome? Some of the supplies that you're gonna need. I use a paper towel holder with a pool noodle on top to rest my cup as the paint drips down. Also, some Dixie cups, depending on how many colors you want. I usually do about 4, 5, a few. Definitely grab some water. Of course, you're gonna need some paint, layering cup, stir stick, torch. So one of the things that really gets me is having to leave all this beautiful paint on a paper plate. So instead of doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and do a little trick I like to do, put down a tray. And then when we drop our paint for our dirty pour, we don't have to throw away all of our paint. Slap your little handy paper towel holder right on top. Drop your cup, drop your paint right on top, let it all drip down. It's gonna create a nice little abstract fluid art right down here at the bottom. When it's done dripping, all you gotta do is remove it and you have an amazing piece of art. The most important part of a dirty pour is how you prep your paint. Now, I have seen lots of people describe it lots of different ways. The best one I've ever heard is you want your paint to be the consistency of melted ice cream. In doing so, you only need a very small amount of water to thin your paint out. Too much water will make your paint too runny. Too little water won't make it flow at all. Okay, so you have an option. You can either put straight water into your paint, or if you're like me, I like to add a mixture of 2 parts Floetrol, 1 part water. Floetrol is a paint thinner. It will extend your paint without manipulating the color or the quality or the coverage of your paint. All it does is it extends the paint and allows it to flow more. All you gotta do now, pour a little bit in there. Always, always, always start out small. You can always add more Floetrol mixture or more water, but you cannot take it away. Take your stir stick and totally just get in there, mix it all around. Go ahead and repeat this step for all your colors. When you're mixing your paint, make sure you give it a good mix because this paint's kind of stubborn and it likes to stick together. You definitely don't want to have any chunks dripping down the side of your cup. Give it a good pickup. If it drips too quickly, too suddenly, it's too fluid, too runny. If it kind of hesitates a little bit, it's just right. The key here is getting the right consistency. Preparing your paint, which is the least fun part of this entire dirty pour. Of course, everybody just wants to get to the end and pour it and be ooh and ahhing, but taking your time and making sure that your consistencies and your paints are vibing together, that's gonna be the key to an awesome dirty pour. Lots of people love the pour part. I love the layering part. I like to play around with the different colors and stack them and just see them layering one on top of each other. When you pull your cup up and let the paint drip down the sides of your cup, you're gonna notice all of those layers coming through. So this is my favorite part. Right away you can see all the cells forming from your water and Floetrol mixture. Now, a little thing that I like to do is go along this side and cut my colors right in half. Let the magic begin. All right, so usually people would put down a paper plate or a cutting board or whatever it is. I'm putting down my tray to catch all my beautiful paint because I don't like wasting paint. Slap your paper towel holder right in the middle. And here we go. We're gonna take our mixture. We're going to take our cup, flip it right on the top, just like so. And then we're going to quickly flip it upside down. Rest it back on your paper towel holder and let all the paint from your solo cup drip down onto the bottom of your cup. Now, moment of truth, here we go. I always get a little nervous when I'm about to pull my cup off, but go ahead, grab it, break the air seal, and let it rip. Isn't that pretty? Let all your colors just drip down. Sometimes I like to blow on the top. And just let that paint drip down the sides. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just torching my paint as it runs along the sides. Usually you want to get cells in your piece. You add a torch flame to your acrylic paint. This will cause your paint to constrict, and that makes cells, allowing the color beneath it to pop through when your top color constricts. They add lots of visual texture and character to your piece. All right, so you see these little drippies here at the bottom. Go ahead and just take your stir stick and just run it on the bottom, because these guys will dry on your cup. Now I know what you're thinking, oh no, it didn't cover. I like that, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back and remove some of this acrylic paint that has dried on. And it's gonna create a peekaboo see-through from your dirty pour. Okay, now that the majority of our paint has fallen to the bottom of our tray, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna grab our paper towel holder and transfer it on to a paper plate, set him aside, and we're gonna move our paint. If you are using a torch, make sure that you are moving your torch very fast. You do not want to leave that high flame sitting in one spot. It will burn your acrylic paint. Now we just let these guys rest. Let the rest of your paint drip onto your paper plate. Let those cells pop through the acrylic on your tray. The drying time for these guys, since the paint is pretty thick, you're gonna wanna leave it alone for a few days. The more this cures, the more cells are gonna pop up. Now, if you were doing a complete dirty pour, solid drip all the way down, and you had no glitter you wanted to peek through, then you can definitely finish here, take it to the turner, put the epoxy on, and you're done. However, because I have glitter on the bottom of my dirty pour, I'm gonna wanna subtract a little bit more of this paint. If you wanna see the next step in how I do my geodes, stay tuned for the next video. For all the materials I used, check the description down below. Click the ARTEZA link to get your 10% off on your next ARTEZA purchase. And don't forget to check out ARTEZA's YouTube channel for more inspiration. Subscribe down below, give me a thumbs up, and I'll be seeing you next time. Bye.